What? What? Well, hello. My name's Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. And yes, I am back for your second installment, but not really second because I have done this before, where I'm actually recording this not only via audio, but via usual. Now I can't speak because whatever. Via visual components. May that be my Sony ZV-1. And yeah, I may stumble, I may not. We'll see how we go. But yeah, this is it. Here we go. Oh, not that. That's what. Shall we start again? Let me start this again for anyone who does happen to listen to this audio via your favorite streaming platforms. Let me start again. Yeah, no. Yep. Hi. Yes, this will be a learn on the go type of thing because, look, normally I record my podcast just audibly and then I upload them onto platforms that stream my podcast audibly only. So for me, going back to recording audio and audio visual at the same time, yeah, it's going to be a work in progress because, to be honest, it is very new and kind of vulnerable at the same time, but that's cool because it's something I really want to do. So, like I said, introducing myself, this is the Tequila Hour. I am Amanda, your podcast host for today in Australia, in New South Wales, in the secret location, which I may or may not ever tell you where that is. May not. Highly likely. You may figure it out if you are someone who knows me, then you know where I reside. It's not a secret. If you are listening overseas, then you have no fucking idea where I live. So, suck it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just do some bit of admin work for today. Number one, you may or may not have realized that I have updated all my branding across YouTube and my streaming platforms for the Tequila Hour podcast. So let me know what you think because I like it, but you might think it's shit. And guess what? It's staying. No, I'd like to get some feedback on it and see what you think. That's the first thing. Number two, the second thing I need to bring up is, I don't know, no, the drinks of the day. Drinks of the day, which if you are one of the awesome people who are watching this via YouTube, you will actually see that you can see two cans. If you're listening to this audibly via Spotify, as an example, my favorite streaming platform, you would not know that I actually have two cans in front of me. Drinks of the day being Smirnoff Ice Double Black Zero Sugar can. It's a good one. And I'll open this live right now. We also have the Monster Energy Ultra Peachy Keen Zero Sugar. Can I open it? Oh, I don't have any fingernails to open it. Right, luckily, I have a pen here to assist in the opening process. No, I'm not sponsored by Smirnoff, unfortunately. I'm just having a quick sip of my Monster drink break. Oh, that's good. No, I'm not sponsored by Monster or Smirnoff. Not a probably a good idea that I'm not. Or maybe it would be a good idea. I'll have to ruminate on that. But what a good idea is leading into that is that I am sponsored by Epidemic Sound. So I will let you know a little bit about them during this podcast. But yeah, check them out, Epidemic Sound. The sounds that I use throughout this podcast via my Rode Procaster 2. Yep, what I do. And that's what I do. I use my Rode Procaster 2. Yes, and Rode. Just you and me. There's no one else watching this, and you won't be watching this, but just letting you know that, like personally, just between you and I, that in the year 2024, this year, you and I together will make beautiful music. I use your microphones. I use your PSA plus one microphone arm, which is awesome. I use your Procaster. So you and I, you will sponsor this podcast. Just letting you know. By the way. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Getting distracted by all the awesome sounds. Anyway, let's get into it. It is the 4th of February. Can't fucking believe it. The 4th of February 2024. You might be saying, if you have read the description on my podcast streaming platforms and the description box on YouTube, you would see today's subject matter is Kim Kardashian. And you'd be like, no. No? I don't know. Yeah, Kim Kardashian. Now, why am I talking about Kim Kardashian? I really couldn't give a shit about Kim Kardashian. I'm just being quite honest. What I want to talk about is I want to talk about her recent relaunch of her makeup, being that it is called, what's it called previously? It was called KKW. I think that's what it was called. KKW makeup or just KKW. Anyway, who cares? The relaunch is Skin, as in SKKN by Kim. And why I want to talk about it is, if you are someone like myself that is completely absorbed by makeup and beauty and all of the above, then you would have to be living under a rock if you didn't know that Kim Kardashian was relaunching her. So it's not a new launch, first of all, like, even though some people might think it is. It's not. It's a relaunch, rebrand of a makeup line that she has had in the past. Looks completely different, as in the components, as far as I know. I don't know about the formula because I haven't tried them, and I will get into that in a second. Yet, here I sit today, and I just want to talk about it because, I'm pissed. I am pissed about it, and you'd be like, Amanda, why are you? And I'll tell you, I'll tell you the reasons why I am. And to be honest, there's actually there's actually a couple of reasons why I'm pissed about it. The main reason why, and sorry, I'm getting distracted by this here, what I'm doing in the background. Be like, what are you doing, Amanda? I'm actually looking at my StreamYard settings, if you're wondering what I'm doing. I've lost actually what I wanted to find. Oh, here we go. I found it. Yes, I'm a rookie at this. Kim Kardashian, Skin by Kim. I want to talk about it. Now, if you are a YouTube lover like myself, you may or may not have yet seen the video that was put out by Nikki Tutorials, where she actually gives a pretty honest review. I mean, Mm. Let's get into that. Is it slighted? It could be, in the sense of, Nikki Tutorials. If you don't know who that is, Nikki Tutorials, I'll spit it out, is a YouTuber, been on YouTube for a long period of time, has a history. Just watch her video. I've actually linked it in the description box, but she's brilliant actually, at makeup and makeup application, and pretty honest reviewer as well. Yet, I have to say that she did work with Kim Kardashian in the past, so I'm not saying that this recent, what am I trying to get at? I don't know. I'm not saying that this recent interview that she, or recent video that she did on this makeup relaunch wasn't slated. Is it slighted or slated? I don't know. In any shape or form, but you can't tell me that it wasn't influenced by the fact that she's completed a video YouTube with Kim Kardashian in the past, which was part of the Power of Makeup. I don't know if it was a series, but I'd have to say, if I was to look at it, and the level of, what do you call it? The level of views that she got was probably in the millions, to be honest. If I was to quickly look at that while I'm speaking with you, so if I go Nikki Tutorials, again, if you don't know who that is, you should be ashamed. No. If you're in the beauty space, you would know exactly who Nikki Tutorials is. Here we go. The amount, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, when she did the Power of Makeup video with Kim Kardashian, this was 6 years ago on YouTube, it got 20 million views. 20 million. I'll say that again. 20 million. So, look, I think Nikki Tutorials, I'll get it out properly. Nikki Tutorials is amazing and what she does. You can't tell me that there wouldn't be any bias, is the word I was probably trying to find before, in regards to her review of this current relaunch. So let's keep that in mind. I have linked her video in the description box as well if you're interested. And yeah, I would highly recommend checking that out if you so choose to do. But yeah, it's just one of those things that yeah, I just was compelled, because I'm going to be straight up. I don't follow any of the Kardashian. I used to follow Kim Kardashian, I think, on not YouTube, on Instagram. I don't anymore. Did I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Yes. I'm pretty sure most of us could probably say that we do. Did I purchase anything from KKW, Kim's first edition of her makeup launch? Yes, I did. And it was only probably in the last year that I did a bit of a declutter of old makeup. And I decluttered, because I think I had, at the time do I still have them? I don't think I do. Ooh. Yeah, please hold. Let me have a look. I think I might have do I have her old palette? I don't think. I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. Please hold, I'll have a look. Give me a sec. You would not believe it. Anyone who's listening to this audibly, you'd be like, "Where did you go?" I'm back. I went to have a look at where I sit in the, I still haven't come up for a name for this studio, or a cooler name. I have some shelves to my left. You might see them in the video if you're watching this via YouTube, you will see them in the background. And that's only one shelf. I have 2 shelves. They contain, to my left, they contain perfume, they contain makeup, so a lot of my makeup palettes mainly. And so the top shelf is perfume, bags, we have makeup, we have perfume, we have shoes. It's all happening. Love it. Yet, not yet, not yet. First, quick drink break. Drink break. Anyway, I know, and I'm pretty sure I'm looking over to my right. You wouldn't see to my right, but I actually have my makeup, I was going to say drawers. They are drawers. But I also have a makeup desk. I have a massive Laveau mirror. I have lots of stands for all my lipsticks, etc., and brushes. Now, I know that I'm pretty sure because I'm looking over there and I can't see it, but I recently, in the last 6 months, decluttered the KKW lipstick, which was number 1 or number 2. I think it was number 2. I keep thinking it's number 1, but I'm pretty sure it was number 2 because it's more brown than pinkish in hue. And when I say to you, yeah, look, you might see right now, if you're watching this, that I have a beautiful lipstick on right now. I'm currently wearing a Chanel lipstick. It is limited edition. It is, and I'll have it somewhere. Where do I have it? I think I actually have it. I will have it in the description box. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that at all. But it's amazing. I really enjoy Chanel lipsticks, by the way, if you didn't know about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly go to my description box because I know I put it in here, the name of it, because I forget what it is called exactly in its entirety. It is Chanel Ultra Shine Liquid Lip Color in, it was Fancy Prune? Fancy? Or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just click on the link in my description box. You'll see what it is. It is beautiful. Chanel lipsticks are beautiful. We can talk about that another day. I want to talk about Kim Kardashian's first edition of her makeup. And I'm just going to say to you, her lipstick formula, I don't think it, well, I don't think it was satin. I suppose it was a satin. I don't think it was a matte. It was kind of like a matte and satin. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just blabbering words now. It was more on the satin side, I would have to say, than the actual matte side. And a lot of her lipsticks were very cool toned. They are in this new relaunch as well. And number 2 was just sublime. It was a perfect nude color. The lipstick formula felt beautiful on the lips. It glided on well, had great color for the color that it was providing. And what I'm trying to say there is, if you are someone who wears lipstick on a regular basis, then you would know and acknowledge where there's just some lipsticks that you put on and you can just rub your lips together like I'm doing. If you're watching this and like says, and it just rubs off, or it's too opaque, or it doesn't give you full color, or like it's patchy. Pat McGrath, yeah. Yes, you see me. And she doesn't. We're not friends. Nor does she have drinks with me. Anyway, I digress. Yeah. Number 2 in the original KKW formula, it was beautiful. It was just, for me, the perfect nude color. It glided on effortlessly. Oh God, that's a hard word to say. Effortlessly onto my lips, may I say. It was comfortable. It wore for a majority of the day, meaning that I didn't have to reapply it multiple times. It was just, it was fucking phenomenal, actually. And it actually did surprise me as well that it was that good at that time from someone like Kim Kardashian. And I actually stepped away from my desk where I'm recording right now to actually bring out the palette, which I actually kept. I don't know why I didn't keep the lipstick. I think because it was so old. It was so old. I'm like, I need to chuck that out. I can't keep using it. It's really bad. And I had to make a cull, so I did, and I wish I didn't because I didn't know she was coming out with a rebrand, and I would have loved to be able to compare the 2 formulas and give you my honest opinion about that. I can't do that, unfortunately. I could though, but I can't, and I'll go into this reasoning why I can't in a second. I actually can't give you a full diagnosis of the palette that also came out because I do actually have the previous palette, which I can't believe I've and I still I'll show it. If you're watching this, I'm gonna actually show it. I still have the palette, which I hardly used, I'll be honest with you. So KKW X Mario palette, I still actually have the plastic on it, on the mirror, which if you're watching this, look at that. I still have the plastic on it. And the main reason why I bought this at the time, and it looks a bit sad actually, it's a bit dirty, was the blue. Was this blue. I'm just gonna, oh, it still doesn't feel bad actually, is this blue colour. And I'm just gonna put it on my hand and anyone who can see that. Yeah, it's nice. Oh, sorry, I just hit the microphone. Yeah. Oh, now I've got blue eyeshadow on me. Yeah, I'm getting distracted by this eyeshadow palette, but the blue. It was about the blue for me, so and the formula wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. I'm talking years ago. This eyeshadow palette came out, and look, even then, good old Kimberley was creating, this whole aesthetic about, let's be honest, pretty boring color. It's very generic, and there's just in slightly embossed. Well, it's not even embossed. It's like a little glossy KKWX Mario. And yes, this is really old, and people might come for me the fact that it's that old that I should be using it, and I don't. I just keep it because where are you going to get this? You're not going to get this. And yeah, I really just bought it for the blue, and it wasn't bad, and I liked it. I have to say though, the lipstick was amazing. I loved it, and yeah, I could not get enough of that. Anyway, so yeah, there's that, and yeah, why don't I just have a quick break so I can show you who sponsors this amazing podcast. See you in a sec. Interrupting this important podcast to let you know about the sponsor of today's podcast being Epidemic Sound. So I use them for all my music and sound effects that I have then uploaded into my Rode Procaster 2, shout out Rode. And if you didn't know, Epidemic Sound is a platform that you can use to access all your royalty-free music that you can then use on your recordings, may that be via YouTube, may that be via your podcast like this today. So I highly recommend them. Check them out using my 7-day free trial link. I'll add that in the description box. Highly recommend and love to see what you think about it as well. Catch ya. Bye. And I'm back. Mate, I've never done that before. It's kind of cool. And yes, I will probably get better at adding ads into my podcast because I've never done it before. Ever in 2 years. So you might be like, that was kind of whack. And I'll be like, I thought it was pretty good. And you'd be like crying and remembering when I did podcasts that didn't have annoying sounds in the background. No. Or did sponsorships. But anyway, going back to the subject of the day, Kim Kardashian, skin. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, unless you've been living in Iceland, even Icelandic people would see this, maybe. I will show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, and I will get there, what I'm talking about. It is, let's share my screen. Let's go here. Can you see that? Skin by Kim. Yep, you can see it. Here we are. This is her website. Skin by Kim. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Classic Mattes eyeshadow palette. $50 fucking dollars. We'll get back to that in a second. The soft matte lip color. So maybe her previous lipsticks were matte. I would say they were more matte satin. Is that a thing? I don't know. I should know, but anyway. And this is all the colors here. We have 10 colors. That number 10. I want it so bad. And then don't get distracted by her home accessories. And then, so this is great. Thank you, Kim, for your stupid website. We also have lip liners, and we have 10 of them to go with the 10. Oh, no, I lied. There's 15. Why is there 15 lip liners? They are $22, by the way. 10 soft matte lip color shades and 1 classic mattes shadow palette. Let's talk about it. There's a couple of things. Number 1, a lot of people are comparing the palette to Mario. So Makeup by Mario, who does, if you didn't know, does Kim's makeup. All right. They've been together for shit tons of years. I don't know how long good old Mario's been doing Kim's makeup, but a long fucking time. Okay. So that's then the explanation behind when I talk about this palette, the old palette, that ex-Mario, that together they did this, all right, with her line initially back in the ye olden days. Then Kim comes out with Skin by Kim. A lot of people are comparing this Classic Mattes eyeshadow palette to Makeup by Mario's palette, which, again, they do look similar, but they're not the same in any way. If you are someone who understands color theory and cool tones against warm tones, you would pretty much realize that they look kind of similar, but they're not actually. But the first thing is, I heard about this release, I think it was on YouTube. I didn't watch anything, but then I heard it I saw it on Instagram, did I? It's something about it, and then I saw someone talk about it on YouTube, like makeup releases. Let's break it down, okay? And I'm going to reference Nikki tutorials as well, because she talked about a couple of things I'm going to talk about today. So, okay, number 1, where do I start? First, quick drink break. Oh, Monster Peachy Keen, may I say. It's very peachy. No, it's really, really yummy. Anyway, what was I going to say? What I was going to say, if I can get to what I was trying to say, is that we'll start with the palette. So, number 1, it looks like she's ripped off Makeup by Mario. She hasn't. But who wouldn't be highly influenced by the makeup artist that you worked for how many fucking years in your life and use the same tones that you use all the time pretty much, for your makeup everywhere. Is she a minimalist in her makeup? No, because clearly she does wear a lot, if you actually don't realise. I'm sure she has times where Kim Kardashian uses less makeup, but all in all, she's not just slapping on a bit of, Chanel, water tint and leaving it at that, okay? That's number one. Is the makeup palette interesting? No, it's not at all. It's very basic. The packaging, like this, really, this packaging, like now, back then it was basic. I don't even know when this came out. I can't even read it, when it actually came out. Does it have a year on it? No, it doesn't. It was made in the US. It doesn't have a year. I don't think you had to. And it has a little shelf life thing on there. But anyway, it is basic. I mean, it feels all right. It's cardboard. Decent size, very small variety of colour. I mean, like I said, I only bought it for the blue, to be honest. Very simple. Back then it was simple. Now she's trying to bring out what was it? Classic mattes. It is 12. I tried to count. 12 eyeshadows, matte. There's no sparkles at all. There's no colour. It's just basic matte colours in the very cool, more leaning cool tone variety. The packaging is extremely plain. It looks cheap, to be honest. It looks very similar to the packaging I have in my hands, except that obviously the layout of the eyeshadows is different and there's more in there. It could very well have been made at the same place. Who knows? What am I trying to get at? For the advancement of time. So if I was to say to you back then when this came out, it was plain. This new release is really plain. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing about this palette, I don't mind a good matte. I'm not going to lie. I don't buy palettes for their mattes. I buy palettes for their shimmers or the different type of formulas. For me, if I was to say to you that I needed some sort of matte look on my eye, I would refer you to one of the latest Danessa Myrex palettes, where you've got a variety. Is that a new word I've just made up? A variety of mattes. You've got two formulas. You've got a putty formula and you've got a shadow, and yeah, you can't compare them, basically. Yeah, sorry, Kim. You can't. And so if you want to have something like, and another comment that comes to mind is we've got these colours in shit ton. If you, again, someone who has a collection of makeup, then you've already got these colours in your makeup already. You don't need this palette. And the final straw, basically, to this, if you want to call it decisioning process, if you buy this palette or not, is the fact that it's $50. It's $50 for like 12 mattes. And Nikki Tutorials did a review and she used the products and she highly enjoyed using the shadows and commented on the ability to fade and to blend, and that the blendability was good. Yet you're only going to get certain looks from this. They're very basic. And the other, which is good if, like we're talking about, I don't know, someone who wears makeup every day and just want a simple look, and you're wearing your makeup to your office and it's nice and easy, and you put one colour or a couple of colours and you're done and dusted, bada boom, bada boom, kind of thing. What I would say to you, though, is that $50 for this, unless they are mattes that you just glide on and they magically blend themselves, or they're so pigmented that they're too pigmented, which can be or can't be, or can or can't be a good thing, depending on what you want. And we can talk about that another day. But if you are someone who understands makeup and blending, that $50, this is US, by the way, because I'm in Australia. So this is not even, you know, if I was to bring up quickly Mr. Google, to Australian. So the conversion rate from US to Australian is shit. Okay. At the moment. It's getting better. No, it's not. Now I'm trying to you know, compromise on our Australian dollar. So 50 US is $76.66. No, yes, 50 is 76 Australian. Okay, so $50 in US is enough. Okay, if I was to buy it, it would cost me $76 or $77. Okay, so adding an extra 20 something dollars to it. That's the first thing. I'll go into that and buying it in a second because that's another story. I looked at her website when I knew this was being released. I believe it was released on the 26th of January 2024, so just recently. I was interested in the lipsticks, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I don't follow Kim Kardashian. Look, I'm not going to go into it, but really, do yourself a favor. She's in another planet, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, maybe we could talk about the Kardashians another day because, yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts around that and the influence they have on society as a whole. But yeah, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted by Kim Kardashian. Yeah, the palette, $50, all mattes, boring. The component looks shit. It looks boring. They're all mattes and it's $50. So $77 in Australian. I was very interested in the lipstick. I'm not going to lie. When I say to you, like I said, the number 2 that she had in her initial launch, it was beautiful actually. It was a beautiful color. It wore well. It felt nice. It was more than expected. The packaging was a little bit cheap. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of dug it at the same time. It was like a clear perplex. Is that a word? Perplex packaging. It looked cheap. It wasn't glass. It's it's actually funny now when I think about it because Chanel, I'm getting off track here, but Chanel in the last year brought out their, I don't know what I can look it up, but they're really expensive lipstick. They're not limited edition, but they were in a glass component. And I'm not saying that they were the same, but yeah, it's just interesting when you think about packaging and lipsticks and what they come in. But yes, Kim's previous launch for the lipsticks was in a very, sorry, I thought someone was coming in, was a very cheap component, but the formula and the lipstick itself was amazing. I'm not going to lie. So I was interested in the new formula really because I wanted to try and compare it to the old formula. And like I said, I really enjoyed the last one. So the shades look amazing. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to go back here and share it again so you can see what I'm talking about. Not that. Do this and do this and do that. Share. Okay, let's click on it. Soft matte color, Skin by Kim. So annoying, Kim. Soft, that's something else. Soft matte lip color. There's the amount you get in the lipstick bullet or component. We have light, medium, and deep nudes. We have 10 shades. Stop coming. Why is this popping up? pop-ups are so annoying. That's another subject. Well, here we are. So we've got the colours. Nude 1, nude 2, all the way through to nude 10. I wanted to buy nude 10. I'm not going to lie. I wanted it bad. I would buy that in a millisecond. I love dark browns. Let's talk about, so in the description it says a full coverage soft matte lipstick. So soft matte, okay. So yeah, that probably was her other one. Soft matte lipstick that effortlessly, I can't speak, effortlessly melts into lips, delivering velvety smooth full impact pigment and a blurred airbrushed finish. Come on, Kim. Its slick bullet shape provides precise and even application to flawlessly define lips without bleeding or feathering. I would agree. Her previous formula, I don't know about this formula, it didn't feather. It was easy to apply, and it did effortlessly. God, that's a hard word when you've had a couple of drinks to say. This formula, her current formula that is, this formula hydrates lips for up to 8 hours, offering a smooth application, airbrushed finish, and an instantly moisturized feel, enriched with what? Elastomer. I don't know what that is. Elastomer gel. What is that? Elastomer, as in ELASTOMER gel for smoothing benefits but each shade coats lips in a weightless, velvety matte texture for continued comfort throughout wear. Talks about the shades, talks about how to apply. If you don't know how to apply, you're in trouble. And then it talks about the ingredients in every shade as well, believe it or not. Isn't that interesting? The first ingredient is dimethicone. Interesting. You know what it is. If you know, you know. Anyway, I am not going to lie. I was super keen to buy this lipstick. I was super keen to buy number 10. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to. So when I knew it was released, I quickly jumped on the website. Like literally straight away, and I'm like, I'm going to get me some of this because it looked amazing. And when I say to you, I thought, yeah, I put it in my basket. I was ready to go and have a quick drink break. I was ready to pay even a ridiculous amount of shipping because, it's from America to Australia. When I tell you that I couldn't buy it because Skin by Kim does not deliver to Australia, just take that in for a second. Just take it in. Fuck you, Kim. Yep. Fuck you. Not sure why you don't think there would be consumers across the globe, and I'm pretty sure Australia is part of the world, that you wouldn't consider having that as a country that you could send your products to. Yet, clearly, you can't, or don't feel like you have any consumers. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting serious because I'm pissed about it. Okay. What am I trying to say? Kim Kardashian, her brand, her conglomerate, the monopoly, she has a shit ton of money, okay? Her brand or brands in its entirety are fucking financed to here, okay? Unless she's running out of in the red, which I know she's not. Well, I don't know personally, but come on. Why is it okay for someone who clearly could afford to deliver their products to Australia that they have just made a financial decision not to? It's not just because I want them. God, it is, but it's not just because I would like the opportunity to use it. But I'm going to speak on behalf of anyone in Australia right now on this podcast to say to you, fuck you, because you're rich as fuck. I'm not sugarcoating it now. You have no excuse for not having the ability to deliver your products to anywhere on earth. Truly. You have the resources and the financial backing to have the ability to do that. So the fact that you have decided that it's not financially viable for your company to send your products to Australia, because guess what? There's a shit ton of consumers in Australia who would love to purchase off your website, but we can't because you don't fucking deliver to Australia. So I'm just saying thank you, Kim. Thank you for confirming that you're an asshole. And look, now people are like, what? Am I saying Kim Kardashian's an asshole? I don't know her, okay? I've never met her. We've never had a conversation or conversations. I'm saying to you, her companies that she is the CEO. I'm thinking she's the CEO. I don't know. Is she? Is she the CEO of all her companies, her brand in its entirety? I don't know, actually. That's something maybe I need to deep dive into, or I'm thinking of another channel who'd probably be able to help me and tell me that answer, actually, and I won't say who it is. I say to you, as a global brand, the decision to leave our countries when you are financially capable of sending your products to hence countries is a shit go. It really is. It's pathetic, actually. And I don't understand why you would feel it's not financially beneficial. I'll get it out because it's hard words. It's not financially beneficial for you not to send any of your products or let a whole set of consumers not buy your products via your website because it costs too much to send here when you're rich as fuck. Like, it pisses me off, actually. So, yeah, it kind of like, you might tell, it kind of like, made my decision clear because I couldn't buy them. But it was like, yeah, that'd be it. I was like, when I went to go, I added it to cart. I did. I added the lipsticks to cart. I was going to buy multiple lipsticks and multiple lip pencils, even though of the cost, as you might know, of the conversion rate from US to Australian. And I was happy to wear that because I really wanted to give them a try. I wasn't going to buy the palette because I thought that was a joke. But when I say to you, I realised looking at the delivery options that they don't deliver to Australia and that's not an option, a viable option, it pissed me off. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about it today. Because when is it okay for a brand that basically, look, we can go into the whole Kardashian story and it's been told 1,000,000,000 times on bloody YouTube and Now and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? But when is it okay for someone who does have the financial capability to deliver really to any place in the entire world, or she could probably deliver them to Mars if she wanted. If there was people living on Mars, she probably could deliver her products to Mars. That's what I'm saying. That's probably the financial status that she has globally. And yet, as a company decision, they've chosen, and I understand there is other brands that have made the choice where it is just too costly to deliver their products to Australia because we're at the bottom of the earth. But guess what? We exist, bitch. And we buy a lot of products from. So if I was to say to you, using the conversion rate as a topic of discussion, if you're in America, if you're American and you buy products from Australian websites and Australian merchants, then you're getting a fucking great deal. Okay, you're getting an amazing deal because the conversion and exchange rate that way is awesome. And we're not going to say to you, oh, we don't deliver to America, even though it might cost a little bit extra, because we want you to buy from us, okay? And there's companies, due to their size, that just have to make a choice that they can't do that to certain countries. And I do understand that. But her brand and her company, you cannot tell me wholeheartedly that she does not have the ability to send any of her new makeup release, any of her products to Australia. Full stop. The end. At all. Okay? It's beyond. I'll give an example. I have one example that came to mind when I was thinking about this podcast today. It was just prior to Christmas, and I have heard of this brand before, and I was interested in buying from them. I bought via Instagram. It's Lights Lacquer. I think it's Lights Lacquer. Let me just look it up because I could be saying it wrong because I really don't want to say it wrong because they're a great company. Anyway, I bought lipstick from them. No, I was right. Lights Lacquer. Purchased via the Instagram. Yeah, I'm looking at their website now. Nail polishes, nail accessories. If I was to say to you, it talks about contacting us. I believe they're in America. And the ability for me to buy, and look, I'm not going to lie, the delivery cost was expensive. It was where I had to make a informed decision about what nail polish I was going to buy so that I could really justify the cost of what the delivery options were, and they were high and they weren't super quick. And yet when I say to you, this company, which is primarily a company that sells nail polish, okay, was able to send their products from the US over here. I think it's Miami, actually. Their products from US to here. Yes, it cost a little bit more on my end, but I was happy to pay for it. And when I say to you, it came well packaged, it had, I think it had like a little note in it as well. It was a good experience from start to end. And I'm pretty confident to say to you that Lights Lacquer, and like I said, check them out. They do have an like I said, I first knew of them via Instagram. They do have a very easy to use website. I'm looking at it now via desktop, my laptop. If someone like Lights Lacquer who's primarily a nail polish company, send their products from the US to Australia, why the fuck can't Kim Kardashian, who's a trillionaire, not a trillionaire, but probably very close, multi-millionaire, multiple brands and branding, not deliver her products from Skin by Kim to Australia? Now, I am 100% confident that no one from this brand will reach out. No one from this brand will contact me via Instagram or via my email. They probably won't even watch this video. They won't probably even listen to this podcast. They do not know I exist. I did reach out to the company via Instagram a week ago. I did not get a response. I'm pretty sure that I have in the past reached out to the brand via Instagram without response. I can confidently say there is brands that I reach out to and they instantly respond. Okay? And for me as a consumer, there's nothing better if you're going to have the ability to be accessible on a platform. And don't put the ability to be accessible if you're not going to respond. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it, because it basically tells all your consumers that you're so large that you don't give a fuck to respond. You don't even have, like, you must have, again, I'm surmising or assuming, but I would be confident to say that Kim Kardashian has an entire media team behind her and her brand and her products. Why offer the ability to be contactable via a platform when you don't contact back? It's pointless. Don't do it. And yeah, so for me, once I realized that after I put my, my lipsticks, my soft matte lip colors, my number 10 in the cart, and I couldn't buy it because you don't fucking deliver to Australia, that just, yep. Like, you're done, bitch. Quick drink break, by the way. Yeah, you're done. So after I saw Nikki, I'm passionate. After I saw Nikki Tutorial's video, and look, she gave it overall a good review. She said the formula of the lipsticks in particular were very good. The blending of the eyeshadows were good, but everyone has these colors, so don't waste your money. And the pencils were all right. I think that she said the pencils are probably her best or favorite product overall. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. It's not even about, I don't know what it's about. It's just the fact that I know there's companies out there so much smaller than the brand Skin by Kim, and they can do it. They do have the ability to deliver to multiple countries, including Australia, being mindful of the cost of on their end. And I am aware it costs money to deliver items from, say, the US to Australia. And the cost is probably higher than just delivering in just US states, as an example. That's just bloody obvious. But to completely ignore a complete consumer base, when I know her brand would be capable of having the ability to absorb that cost, what does that say about her brand as a whole? And the fact that, like I just said on, and this is one thing, on Instagram, don't have the option to contact you if you don't reach back. Don't. Because you're just lying to everybody. And the fact is, I know, just briefly, she wasn't poor and, or the whole Kardashian family as a whole. They weren't poor and then they worked hard and they made it. Yes, she's worked hard to do what she's done and got to where she is today. I'm sure. I have no doubt about that. But what I'm saying to you is there is a shit ton of companies that have done it a lot harder than you and your brand, and they can still absorb or be mindful of having their products accessible to everybody, not just certain countries or certain states in their country of origin. So, and I am 100% confident that in no shape, way, or form that anyone from the brand or Kim Kardashian herself, because she wouldn't contact me, or anyone associated with Skin by Kim would hear this podcast, reach out to me and say, "Oh, I'm sorry we didn't reply," or "Sorry that, this is our choice," etc. I know that won't happen. And we can talk about, who we buy from and our merchants and who we support another day, because it is a very important subject, especially for consumers like myself in Australia, where we are often ignored as consumers by other countries because, we are down the bottom of the world. And yes, it costs more to send products, but we will buy from other countries. We have to, because a lot of the stuff that we are buying isn't available in Australia. We have to, and we want to. Like for me, I would rather buy direct from the merchant. I would rather buy direct from Skin by Kim than try and get the product any other fucking way to Australia. I don't want to use a third party. I mean, I have to sometimes to buy products. Like for example, I will use, if you want to call them a third party, I buy products from Suffrages. I buy products from Beautylish because they are two companies that hold a myriad of products that I can buy through, and their customer service is sublime. They are excellent. And I could confidently say to you that Kim's brand is probably even greater than them in their entirety, and yet, yeah, the company decision being that, there's certain countries just don't have access to their products. So it's just disappointing as a consumer, to be honest. And to me, it just reflects on her branding in its entirety. So, yeah, I had to share that. And I want to actually share and give a shout out while I'm talking about branding. I actually want to talk about a brand that I recently purchased off in Australia. So the company, I'm just going to put a banner there as well. They're called Bird's Nest, and their website, which I'll just bring it up for you so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is a little bit off track about the subject of today, but I really wanted to give a quick shout out to them as well. I'll present and share that screen if I can. Here we go. Bird's Nest. Okay, so they're located in Australia. I first saw them from an Instagram handle, Let Me Try Before You Buy. Nat is a lady who, and subject for another day, but she has a phenomenal Instagram following, and she shows Australian products and Australian sites and merchants who you can buy from. And she has lives basically where she comes on and tries clothes, etc., and gives her opinion. Great format, great lives, great experience, and just so relatable. Anyway, she talked about this company, Bird's Nest, in Australia, and I bought from them because they actually had this option on their site where, if I can see it here, Style Me option, where, you can choose where you shop by your shape, etc. But like for me, I was wanting to get more, outfits for work. And then it actually has breakdown, which I think is phenomenal. Actually, it couldn't be any easier. Gives breakdowns of a complete whole outfit, okay, and what is encompassed in that outfit. Now, I'm just going to put on here, I did choose this, not the whole outfit in its entirety, but I did. Now, let me just click on this because, okay, that's where I've gone wrong. I think I've just bought one and I bought it in the wrong color. Yeah, that's what I did. And I didn't realize as well that, because I actually wanted, if I go, because I'm getting distracted by, because I actually wanted pink and I actually got stone, but that's okay. I can live with it. I actually wanted this color and I got stone color, but that's all right. When I say to you, this is brilliant, okay? It's brilliant that you can go onto a website and it gives you ideas that you can use to have a whole outfit to put together without really thinking about it. and there you go. You're done and dusted. So I basically got a look. I got express posted, and I'm just probably talking about this today when I'm talking about merchants, okay, and the shopping experience. And I think 2 working days, bought them, they were delivered. Um, I tried them on this morning. I haven't worn them yet because I'm gonna wear them to work. But overall, what I got is what I expected. They seem to be pretty good quality. I will give an actual update on that as well. When I say, well, obviously, I paid for the express shipping, but I just wanna quickly turn around because I actually kept it here because I wanted to bring it up in this podcast. So, it was packaged very well, which is greatly appreciated. It came in this, if you're watching this live, it actually came in this little, Hessian bag as well, which is fantastic, so I can use it for other things, which is great. It also came with, like, a little card as well where it talks about their company, and really it's like, I don't know, kind of like a warm hug. That's probably the easiest way to describe it. And a self-written, now this blows me away, and I love shit like this, and I think pretty much any consumer could say this. It is actually it is actually "Hi, Amanda," so, acknowledging who I am as a person, which is great. And then I'm just gonna read it. So it says, "Hi, Amanda, welcome back. What a gorgeous new bag of treats you have. These are sure to be wardrobe winners. Love, Josie and the bird." Is it Birdsey? What are they called? Bird's nest, and I can't read the last word, unfortunately. They're writing. But, if you're watching this via YouTube, this is like a little card and their pledge as well, which is fantastic, and it was actually written with my name on it. Yeah. What I'm saying, fuck you, Kim Kardashian. That's what I'm saying. If someone like that in Australia can take the time to wrap their products beautifully, have an addressed card, their pledge, beautiful clothes, get it in 2 days, and your company is rich as fuck, and you can't even deliver it to Australia. Let's just all for a second ponder that, okay? So for me, I do buy obviously for companies from overseas, I'm not gonna lie. But I do encourage all consumers, especially Australian consumers, if they can, to buy from Australian merchants for that very reason, for the experience that these smaller merchants provide. To address something in my name, to have a little hash and it's just a little hash. These are the little things that create an experience that say to you, "Yeah, I wanna buy from them again." Okay? Kim Kardashian, shame on you. Honestly, shame on you for not just again, you won't listen to this podcast, but shame on you for not taking the time to be cognizant, is that the word, cognizant? Um, of your I don't know, of your consumers in their entirety. We don't all reside in Beverly Hills and drive whatever she drives, and wear, you know, muted eyeshadow. I don't know what I'm trying to say now, but no. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, if you can support merchants in your own company, I'm all for it, because clearly, just for the example that I've just provided from Bird's Nest, I look forward to wearing their clothes, and I look forward to buying from them again, because it's those little professional touches that, just make you feel good and make you feel acknowledged and heard as a customer. And, you want to spend more money with them, and you want to build a relationship with them, and you want to, report on platforms like this YouTube video and my podcast audibly about Bird's Nest, because these are the things that companies should just do. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many companies who don't, and it's just shameful that someone, and now I'm referring back to Kim Kardashian, who's rich as fuck and her brands are rich as fuck, can't even take the time to deliver to a country. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like we don't exist in Australia. It's just, yeah, it just blows me away. And so I just wanted to shout out Bird's Nest and thank you for taking the time to write and address a little card to me. You didn't have to, and it was greatly appreciated. And I look forward to wearing the clothes to work and then giving an update of what I thought of them in their entirety. So look out for that. But I think I might leave that here today. I want to thank the sponsor again of my podcast, that sponsor being Epidemic Sound. And yeah, look down in the description box, and I'm doing this with the fingers, for a hyperlink where you can actually have a 7-day free trial. I highly recommend you do that. And if you have something to say and about this podcast that we talked about today, or just want to reach out to me, I'll spit it out in a second. You want to reach out to me, I am contactable anytime via my email, which is info@thetequilahour.com.au. Highly applaud. I'm shocking with my words today. I don't know. I might be because I'm sitting in a room that's boiling hot. I'm losing my words. That I applaud you to like and subscribe and to watch this live stream back. And for anyone who does take the time to do that and comment, thank you. Greatly appreciated. And even more appreciated for those who do listen to this podcast via Spotify or Apple Podcasts, as an example. If you could please rate the podcast, I'd love you to give it 5 stars. I'd love you to follow as well. Again, yeah, it helps this podcast grow. And yeah, for me, and like I said at the very start of this podcast, because we're now at 1:13, that I've changed the branding, and I really am trying my best to be, well, clearly this podcast wasn't at the described time live on YouTube. Well, yes, it was actually. It was on YouTube, and it will be uploaded tonight via the streaming platforms. I am really making this podcast a more, not a greater, I don't know, life choice. Now I'm getting serious. I want to be more consistent. I have talked about this multiple times, so I need to be consistent in my consistency. Yet, when I say to you that me taking a day to look at my branding and me taking the time to do these podcasts via YouTube and to do this every week, yeah, it is, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I am encouraged to look forward to the results of that and see what happens, because you may or may not know this podcast truly is my passion. So for anyone who does listen or watch this, I truly do appreciate it. So you can check me out anytime via YouTube, _1_Amanda, _Tequila Hour, or the Tequila Hour. I think it comes up either way. And the Tequila Hour via Instagram as well. And I will catch you maybe when I get my road podcaster 2 ready. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye.